That's it.
I don't care. Jeff's over there. We got a couple over here.
All right, let's sit down.
I think Jeff's going to have to move up. You got to go see
Really
where.
left. This is left is left really. Is left really left?
No.
Left is their left. Then everything I do is over there.
All right.
If you're standing, then
You need to sit next to Mr. Superintendent.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Superintendent.
I'll sit wherever. It doesn't matter.
No, you need to sit right here. Well, then you got time. Hey, Jeff. I think the two principals sit on the last two seats.
Pardon me?
The two principals sit on the last two seats.
This doesn't seem, definitely seems
That's John's seat.
so much smaller than another, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, it's,
a little bit more.
Spread them out a little bit.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Boy, it is. It's about a third small. Can I see your line of march, please?
You gotta look at days. This is all color coded and everything.
it makes me laugh.
John, no, not John. The other guys are reading.
it's a little warm in here.
Still better than the 85 and 99.
Good, thank you.
Anybody down there?
I got some,
Oh,
thanks.
that's right. I'm going to put off for you. He's got that side too. Yes.
Sure, I'll have one.
You're messing with me. Are you messing with me?
White.
Like the text message she sent me and said he was at the Nutter Center?
Oh, is that right?
Yes, sir. Because I buy right into that stuff. I'm that foolish.
Thank you.
Need anything? You good?
Who wants a water?
We got him. Thanks. Appreciate
Guys
it.
all have water?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's an honor. The kids are gonna line up. Where are they coming? Down? Yeah, they're gonna come down this way.
How come they didn't have it coming in from the,
Not enough room. Probably they lock them in the There's no place for them to do it. They can hold 300 people each.
Here they come. Get ready.
This is John's first. This your first one, John?
First one in this roll, yeah.
Congratulations.
that's funny. This one's the good one. It seems so much smaller.
Everything's close.
She was like keeping up all the man for the end of the year. So that's why. Be ready to go. They can all like go down there. I got this whole team reset it, make something nice. He draws it like
Right, but I still get
Motion for everybody to stand up.
yeah, that's what we're having.
That's not. Go to the left side.
They just figured that they wanted from graduation and quickly say kids for the year. It was like, wait till you see it. They don't know you're supposed to stand, huh?
Students aren't supposed to be standing too.
Well, they just stand till they're
Row.
and then they sit down.
Usually all the parents stand up.
It's definitely warming here now.
Yeah, warming up. Warming up.
Hello, classmates, faculty, friends, and family members, and welcome to the Centerville High School Class of 2017 graduation. It's such a pleasure to share this precious moment with my classmates sitting before me, the incredible people that I've grown up with over the last 4 to even 12 years. As we graduates celebrate this momentous occasion, I want to open up this commencement by talking about something that will happen after we receive our diplomas, as people like to call life after high school the real world. In only a couple of hours, my classmates and I will be officially entering this real world. And I'm sure that for a lot of us, that prospect is a little bit scary. But I think that we can all take comfort in a profound lesson I've learned over the last 4 years, that Centerville High School is kind of like a small sample of this real world that we live in. Beneath the sea of black and gold in front of me, I see nationally ranked young physicists to Carnegie Hall-worthy vocal prodigies, potential Olympic athletes to inspiring leaders. I see some of the most creative and kind individuals I've ever met, and all of these people come from endlessly varied backgrounds with different values, interests, and pursuits. Just like the world we live in, it's this diversity that sometimes prevents us from being able to conceive of what we may actually have in common with those individuals who, on the surface or based on their interests, just seem so different. However, all 686 graduates in this room, despite if you know all their names or not, do share many experiences together. As a class, we enjoyed screaming from the top of our lungs at sporting events or being moved and inspired by performances in the pack. We shared a common irritation that we were the first class not to have the luxury of sleeping in on OGT week. We shared a common pride that our class broke a spirit chain record and made such a significant difference for a loving cause. We shared laughs, yawns, bad days, exciting days. We shared maturity and growth. We were able to achieve all these things. We were able to learn and grow so much as a class because we understood and accepted our classmates' differences while still finding common ground and unity. As we step forth from this ceremony and enter this real world, we will encounter many more different people. But as we leave here, let's remember that we grew up somewhere where our differences were our strength, that it was through the combination of nerdy and goofy, tall and short, white, black, and everything in between, that we grew to become such a strong, accomplished class with bright paths in our horizons. Centerville has shown us that as much as you believe you're unlike the people you meet going forth, there's probably much more that you don't realize that you actually share, and that when you keep an open mind, these differences transform into unique strengths. As we leave here, embrace the new and the unique, and welcome the experiences awaiting you beyond this community. To the class of 2017, I thank you for sharing such meaningful memories with me, and I wish you the best as you explore the world to welcome new friendships and opportunities. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. Wow. Ooh, a lot of people. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Sydney Fowler, and first things first, congratulations to the class of 2017. And most of all, thank you to all the teachers and family who have helped us get here. So, I've known that I was going to have to make a speech at graduation since I was elected as vice president over a year ago, and just like every other assignment in high school, I chose to wait until the last possible moment to write this speech. Today in advisory. I'm kidding. It was last night. Anyways, it was just 4 short years ago that I sat in the Nutter Center watching my older brother graduate. And I remember listening to all the speeches done by the class officers then, and leaning over to my mom and telling her, in 4 years, Mom, I'm going to be up on that stage saying a speech to my graduating class. Mark my words, I'll be up there. So, hey, Mom, here I am. And it was actually just last week that I opened a letter that I wrote to myself in 8th grade to open right before I graduated. In the letter, I wrote to myself, I hope you make the co-eds dance team. And here I am, just finishing up my 3rd season with the co-eds dance team. I had also said, I hope you're still doing theater and get to be a lead in a musical at Centerville High School. And here I am, just finishing up my last show, a lead in the Centerville High School musical. But probably the most remarkable thing I had written in that letter was, I really hope that things get better for you, and I hope you are happy, Sydney. What a lot of people don't know about me is that in 8th grade, I was a seriously depressed 14-year-old, and I was very, very sad and very sick, and I genuinely thought that life would never get better for me. I was so scared to go to high school. I was terrified. I didn't want to go on. And I never, ever thought that I could ever truly be happy. But here I am. Things got better for you, 8th grade Sydney. And all of those goals and dreams that you wrote down, they came to life. And I'm standing here today happier than I could have ever dreamed I could be. And I owe a lot of that to you all, this incredible student body, these incredible teachers and administrators. I can't thank you all enough. So my wish to you all, my classmates, my friends, whether you're excited or scared for what's to come, just know that things can only go up from here. Things will get hard and things will get scary, but just know that things will get better. And just know that there's so many people that love you, who are rooting you on. I will be rooting each and every single one of you on from wherever I am and from wherever you are. And if you have goals and dreams, go after them with your full heart and don't give up on them. Be someone years from now that yourself now would be proud of. Whether that is graduating from college or getting a job or just being able to say that you're happy. My wish to you all is that you achieve everything you could ever dream of. And I hope you all get to be truly and genuinely happy. I have been so proud this year to lead this incredible class, and I have loved watching everything we were able to accomplish. And I cannot wait to see everything that is yet to happen for us. And one more thing before I go, Mr. Carroll, the past couple rehearsals and things, I've tried to get every single person in the class to sign this card I made for you. It's upside down. So I know that me and a lot of other people in this class, our senior year would have not been as amazing as it has been if it weren't for you. So if you would gladly accept this. Woo. Thank you all.
What a happy time this truly is. Look at us. We're finally graduating. We've come a very long way since the start of high school, and we've had a lot of support along the way to help us get to where we are now. To the faculty, you've helped us to grow academically and to mature, preparing us for the future ahead and for any task we will have to face. To the parents, your constant love and encouragement has been motivators for us to try our hardest in everything that we do. To the siblings, well, you were just kind of there, I guess. It's needless to say we've had a lot of people rooting for us and wanting us to succeed. Well, faculty, parents, siblings, it makes me proud to say that your support has paid off, and you have all helped us to become what we are today and what we will be for years to come. Failures. Yes, you heard me correctly. Every Centerville class of 2017 student graduating today is a complete failure. To all the nervous parents in the crowd, don't worry, somehow this speech was actually pre-approved. Allow me to elaborate. Seniors, we've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the past 4 years, but today I will be addressing the lows in order to convince you that we are failures in the best way possible. With that being said, here's a rundown of what we failed at in high school. LeBron James once said, "You have to be able to accept failure to get better." If that's the case, when it comes to quizzes and tests, we've done a lot of accepting. Don't get me wrong, we've done well when it comes to tests. After all, we are graduating. However, we've all experienced our fair share of, wait, that quiz was today, and looks like I'm not passing high school moments. We failed to beat Fairmont in Spirit Chain in our 4 years at CHS, with Fairmont always raising a few more $1,000s than we did. We never did get our senior prank together either, but I bet the banger in the IMC would have been up there with prom and homecoming. As the school years went by, many of us failed to be in advisory on time, but the fault of that lies on the traffic in the back neighborhood, not on us. We failed to say our goodbyes to our security guard Derek before he left, as well as failing the 4-year hunt to find that swimming pool on the roof. In many cases, our amazing athletics didn't go as far as we wanted them to, despite their incredible talent. Some of us failed to make that position on the team, or failed to make that part in the play, or maybe we're just too nervous to try out in the first place. So yeah, I guess we've had our fair share of failures. But not all of our failures are entirely bad. Because for every trivial failure, like failing a test, or failing at planning a prank, we failed where it really mattered. For instance, many of us failed to stay in our comfort zones in high school. From Science Olympiad, to theater, to foreign language clubs, to knitting club, to even Quidditch club. There was always a club or activity for everyone, allowing us to share our interests with our fellow classmates, as well as discovering new interests we didn't even know we had. We failed to break a spirit chain record this year because we broke 3 instead, including raising over $60,000 to break the overall fundraising record, as well as breaking the records of money raised by Spirit King and Queen. Shout out to Morgan Klein and to Matt Ehring. We failed to let our mistakes get the best of us. Instead of quitting after a rough performance or a bad exam, we persisted, spending more time at practice, taking more careful notes, and perfecting the art of begging for extra credit. As a class, we failed to grow apart. In contrast to the stereotypes of cliques and social hierarchies often tied to high school, we instead supported each other at all of our endeavors, from Forte concerts to football games. We kept many of our old friends from before high school and made many new ones along the way. But above all, our biggest failure in high school is that we failed to let our elk pride die, resulting in us forming more than just a student body, but rather a caring community. So yes, we are failures, but we are failures in the best possible sense. As we embark off to college and to life after that, I encourage everyone here to continue to fail. Continue to fail at letting our school spirit and pride die. Continue to fail at simply settling and instead always reach a little higher. Continue to fail at merely meeting other people's expectations and instead exceed them. Let it be known that we, the class of 2017, are the best group of failures to have ever graduated Centerville High School. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. As superintendent of Centerville City Schools, I would first like to thank all of the parents, extended family members, and members of the Centerville, Washington Township community for joining this graduation celebration for the class of 2017. Before I begin my remarks, I always think it's important to introduce those individuals who are sharing the stage with me today. So seated on the stage are members of the Centerville Board of Education. These individuals are President, Mrs. Clara Osterhage, Vice President, Dr. David Rohr, and board members, Mrs. Annie Self, Mr. Jeff Schroyer, and Mr. John Dahl. Students, they will be handing you your diplomas and offering their congratulations later in the ceremony. Also on stage today are unit principals Jeff Wolf and Jack Dernball, Career Education Director Craig Sutman, Curriculum Coordinator Adam Chiarello, and Coordinating Principal Mr. John Carroll. These individuals, along with the entire Centerville school staff, work tirelessly each and every day to make sure that the education you receive in Centerville was the best it could be. I know today here in UD Arena we have not only CHS staff, but other district staff in attendance today as well. I'd like to join me in taking a brief moment showing our appreciation for all the staff that are here today for what they do for all of our students each and every day. Thank you. Now, class of 2017, let me congratulate you on achieving this great milestone, high school graduation. Former First Lady Michelle Obama once wrote, "You have all the opportunities and skills and education that so many folks came before never could have dreamed of. So just imagine the kind of impact that you're going to make. Imagine how you can inspire those around you to reach higher and complete their own education. As you move forward after graduation, I urge you to become lifelong learners. Continue to build on the foundations you have gained through your schooling to this point and focus on developing new skills. One thing we know about the technological society we live in today is that everything will change. Your success depends on your ability to manage that change, and those who do not or cannot change run the risk of being left behind." So, class of 2017, commencement is not only a time to reflect on the past while planning ahead for the future, it's a time to celebrate accomplishments and find inspiration for life beyond this big day. All of you have excelled in all areas, and you have all represented Centerville High School and the Elks quite well. You've reached a great milestone, and we are all very proud of you. One last thing, I hope you remember that none of us succeeds alone. There are always many people along the way who help us reach our goals. So value the people and relationships in your life. Do not forget those significant people who have helped you reach this great accomplishment today, and those who will support you in your future endeavors. Congratulations again, class of 2017. Best of luck. Thank you.
So I was standing outside the bars of the pool, staring in as though my stare would open the lock gate. Oh yeah, I was squinting too because 1, it was 11 at night, and 2, I didn't have my glasses on. Why? Because my glasses were sitting 5 feet from my face on a table near the pool, inside that lock gate. So I run over to my friend Ashu's house and knock on his door, and I said, "Hey, look, I sort of need help." So he grabbed his sandals and followed me to the pool, no questions asked. Looking back, it amazes me how we were able to get over that fence. But with the help of Ashu's linked hands and a nearby bush, don't ask, I was finally able to get over to the other side. On my way back down to earth, I heard this giant rip and felt a slight breeze tickle the bearskin on my back. My mom found my shirt later that year, but I haven't told her what happened till now. Sorry, Mom. This is how close Ashu and I were. Close enough that when I asked for a favor, he would come running, no questions asked. Ashu and I would walk to school together. We were in orchestra together. We both played tennis, and we both had this similar obsession with chasing geese. We spent more time together than we did studying, which really isn't saying much. And yep, we did a lot of stupid things together, but that's what made us best friends. And to this day, I can safely say that Ashu was one of the greatest friends I've ever had. Ashu and I were so close that I was the first one to know that he was moving away. These days, Ashu and I don't talk much. The summer after 9th grade, Ashu moved to Virginia, and as time passed, we drifted apart. And I think that's the point we're at right now. For some of us, this might be the last time we see each other. I know I'll really miss my friends. I'll miss trying to guess what kind of tie my friend is wearing every morning in advisory. I'll miss hearing brother and cousin and my dude as I walk through the halls. I'll miss the familiar needy tone of someone asking for help on a calc question. I'll miss the constant flow of advice into my ear, the spontaneous runs to Kroger during lunch, the passive-aggressive, "Wow, Jay-Woo, you sound really good" in orchestra. And among countless other things, I'll miss the conversations we had in French. And a lot of that is about to end. We will go on to be successful, get married, have kids. And it saddens me to think that I won't be able to share those moments with the friends I see here today. Because like most journeys, friendships change shape. But no matter how much our friendships change, we will always carry with us the great memories that we've had. And when we will look back years later, we will remember the joy, the laughter, the occasional embarrassment, the nostalgia of the times we've had at CHS. I will remember this moment here, standing before you all, the excitement, the nervousness, the sweat on the palm of my hands. And just like that, this memory will forever remain on my social media, which I guess counts for something, right? These memories epitomize my journey through CHS, a journey that is almost over. And as cliche as it might sound, as some journeys end, other ones begin. Since Ashu left, I've made countless new friends, and as I move into the college scene, I hope to make many more. I hope that as we go into the world, we can all find our own Ashus to help us overcome our own obstacles, whether that be world hunger, the cure for cancer, or the need to climb over a locked pool fence. And I know you won't find anyone as smart or funny or handsome as this guy standing before you right now. But I'm positive that you will find friends you value as much as the ones you cherish now. You have all been amazing friends to me, and I wish you the best of luck, class of 2017. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and congratulations, class of 2017, on reaching this great milestone. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to those of you who wanted one. I also want to take the time right now to personally thank my parents, friends, and teachers for taking care of me and helping me progress as a student and as a young adult. Additionally, I want to thank my band directors, Mr. Baker and Mr. Barametti, who are probably more excited about this speech than me. Many of us take this moment for granted, but it really took a lot to get here. From elementary school shenanigans to high school struggles, things haven't always gone smoothly. Bad grades on a quiz or test, a loss or defeat in an activity, something more personal like my first asthma attack at Camp Kern in the 5th grade. It's clear that we've all had our fair share of what my Spanish teacher, Mrs. Lopez, would call hills and valleys. But the point is not to look at those defeats, but to rise above them and achieve greater successes. Students and teachers at Centerville understand that winning and placements are not the only focuses of an activity. Sure, it's great to come back with some special distinction, but the newly created memories and skills are what really count. Those of you who took honors philosophy with Mr. Rash should remember French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, who famously said, "All human actions are equivalent and all are on principle doomed to failure." Success isn't a guarantee. In fact, especially in today's competitive world, it can be extremely difficult to achieve. But let's not forget those achievements that we've made as a class. Many of us have won very prestigious distinctions in athletics, science, math, and many other fields. Personally, I know that our fine arts program, especially music, has represented our district very well regionally and nationally. Our class is also representing a wide range of colleges, including many of high caliber. So looking forward, what's at stake? College is a place filled with more challenges, and almost every one of us will experience some sort of difficulty, test, or failure. But instead of dwelling in those lower moments, we need to take charge and show our true selves. We are all high-achieving, successful, hard-working students, ready to move on and experience something new and something greater. So let's celebrate our past, celebrate today, and prepare for whatever lies ahead in our futures. We all have dreams. If we follow SpongeBob's advice, we only need to believe in ourselves and add a tiny pinch of magic to make those dreams and ambitions come true. Once again, congratulations and best of luck, class of 2017.
But in my bones for each of you is love. As we look back on the years, no, I don't want no foreign tears. I just want to see the break lights when you get halfway to where you're going. Break lights, so there's some way of me knowing that we're not that far apart. That I'm somewhere in your heart as you're on your way. Take a deep breath and count to 10. This is the moment where your story
A day in the life of a sea otter involves 3 steps: eat, live, and sleep. Though they may seem simple, they manage to be the keystones of the northern Pacific waters while behaving both intelligently and shrewdly. Their social structure is nothing but intricate, and their use of rocks as tools to open up oyster shells predates and even surpasses our own. In my opinion, they are pretty awesome, and of course, pretty cute. But you may be wondering why I am talking about these animals. Didn't I already tell you? It's because they're cute and cuddly. But truthfully, I believe it's because they possess a very valuable human quality, the quality of expectation. For a Centerville child, these expectations usually manifest in a desire to be the king of the 4 squares at middle school recess or trying to ace a biology test. Through my journey with Science Olympiad, I personally learned how to set expectations for myself. And through competition, I grew fond of my peers, and I embraced our conversations about course sets and about competition. As a group, we worked many hours in the atrium, and the front of the building became the place where we tried to meet our goals. While in orchestra, violin challenged me, and the pleasure of practice and refinement I gained. We all have such expectations, dreams, and futures. Wherever you're heading after the ceremony, always remember to set these expectations for yourself. Adapt to whatever environment you're thrown into in order to fulfill your goals, whether it takes 1 day or 10 years. And never forget the resources and the people you have met. Approach your future with the mentality of expecting the most out of yourself and your peers. Just like sea otters, we must find ways to survive. And if they can use tools in order to eat, why can't we? Class of 2017, dare to succeed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, class of 2017, members of the Centerville, Washington Township community, families, and guests. We're gathered here today to celebrate the seniors seated before us that make up the 127th graduating class of Centerville High School. Before I get too serious, though, seniors, can we do this one more time? Okay. EP. EP. Thank you. We've kind of done that at every meeting, so it's only fitting that we should finish with commencement here. As the school year ends, we survey seniors and ask them to reflect on their experiences at Centerville High School. We ask questions such as, what was the best advice you've ever received from a staff member? What was your favorite memory of CHS? And what advice do you have for underclassmen? All the answers, and there's a variety of them, have proven to be quite insightful and sometimes humorous and entertaining. I will interject these throughout the speech here this afternoon. First, as an example, Andrew Szymborski's favorite teacher, Mr. Rash, gave him a quote, "Don't count your days, make the days count." Seniors, I think it will be clear at the end of this speech that you've made your days count, and it has been a very successful year for us in academics, athletics, service, and our fine arts program. In athletics, we captured 14 GWAC East titles and 6 overall GWAC titles. We earned 6 district runner-up titles and 6 district titles, with 9 teams currently advancing in the state tournament. The teams qualifying for state were girls golf, boys golf, led by senior Cooper Jones. Cooper earned all state honors. Girls bowling, boys cross country, and who could forget, girls cross country, who won their 3rd straight state title. Girls swimming led by Nora Fullenkamp, competition cheer, state champions, and UCA national runner-ups. Our amazing co-eds were state champs in the POM category. And special congratulations to individual senior Emma Kane, who represented her team in the gymnastics state tournament. And senior Sam Wiedemann, who finished 8th at the diving meet at the state meet. Seniors, you'll remember at the first meeting I said, we're not done. We're not done. As we just yesterday, the boys and girls track teams both were district champions. Boys volleyball starts tourney action next week, and baseball this morning just won the district championship, beating Milford 2-1 in the 9th inning. All of these results have culminated in Centerville High School capturing the GWalk All-Sport Trophy for the 31st year out of 42 total years. Congratulations. You can see by the total, it wasn't even close, by the way. In fine arts, our students continue to be recognized for their talent, their hard work, and their achievement. The fine arts teachers once again put an incredible art show on to display the talents of our students. 10 artists were regional award winners. Margot Lim was a finalist in the Governor's Art Show. And Grace Combs won the American Vision Award. Art teacher Mrs. Sarah Puckett coordinated an art installation with the art teachers in the district, several former art students, and our art program here. This art installation was to highlight how post-millennials view education. It was a thought-provoking installation encouraging students to have a voice and encourage positive change in education, and we're grateful for that. In the band program, Centerville Wind Symphony was invited to the Music for All national event in Indianapolis, where our students did what they always do, consistently master and perform the most difficult music that's available and outperform the typical high school musician. Congratulations. Alyssa Wiedemann shared a quote from Mr. Barametti, "Leave things better than you found them." She went on to state that she's grateful for the diverse opportunities that CHS affords students, especially the music program. There were 21 seniors who provided leadership and talent to our orchestra program. Jae-Woo Choi, Daniel Strayer, and Thomas Lamont were all named All-State Orchestra, with Jae-Woo Choi earning a spot in the All-National Orchestra. The Symphonic and Philharmonic Orchestras earns unanimous superior ratings at the OMEA state competition for the 13th consecutive year. Our choir program was extremely busy, recording award-winning videos and CDs, highlighting all the different vocal programs. Senior Sofia Rosado of Forte remembers her favorite high school memory of winning first place in the ICHSA competition in New York City. She shared that Mr. Ben Spalding has inspired her by his passion for music and his drive to do a great job. Apparently, the talent of Forte students is genetic. We found the link. It's genetic. Make sure you check out the companion video that the parents put out on YouTube. And yes, that really happened. Centerville Theater enjoyed another very successful season under the direction of Jason Heyman and Mike Cordonier. A Centerville production of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown was invited to perform at the state competition for the 8th year in a row. At this conference, there was a special recognition given to Mr. Brian Miller, who was named the Ohio Theater Educator of the Year. He's the one in the middle on the bottom there. You can't get a picture of Mr. Miller alone. He's always working with kids, so we're so proud of him and our program. And we are here for academics to prepare you to go on to the future, so I would like to summarize some academic awards and achievements. We honor many students here for their achievements at the end of the year, and the senior surveys reflections were highlighting the dedication and hard work of the staff members. Blythe Wesney listed Mr. Arch Rogers as an influential and caring teacher. Blythe stated that Mr. Rogers always goes out of his way to make sure that all students are successful. Mandela Brown states that everything he experienced at CHS has left an impression on him. He is not the same person that walked into the high school in August 2013, and he credits Mr. Rogers, Mrs. Gallagher, Mr. Summerlot, Mr. Turton, Mr. Whited, and Mrs. Bosher for continually pushing him to succeed. 228 students received the President's Award for Educational Excellence or Achievement by maintaining a 3.5 GPA and scoring in the 85th percentile on reading and math tests. That's an accomplishment, yes. There were 227 tech prep scholarships given to our amazing career education kids. There were 175 seniors who were inducted into the National Honor Society, 151 scholar athletes, and 237 of the senior class have earned an honors diploma. A few more statistics. 299 of the seniors before you maintained a 3.5 grade point average through 7 semesters of high school. "13 students were named National Merit Commended Scholars, 1 National Merit semifinalist, and an amazing 18 National Merit finalists. Congratulations. There were 2 students who rose to the top, number 1 and number 2 in your class, and I'd like to invite them up to the stage to receive a trophy and a medal. Daniel Strayer has earned his spot as salutatorian with a final GPA of 4.9083. Right here for a second. Somebody smarter would get the Velcro to work. Sorry about that. Daniel will attend Princeton University, and he will study chemistry. I also wanted to share an interesting note. Daniel's father, John Strayer, was the salutatorian for the CHS class of 1978. Daniel, this might be awkward, but did you beat your dad's GPA? All right. Sorry, Mr. Strayer, but we always want our kids to do better than we do. Congratulations, Daniel. Leading the class with academic distinction is valedictorian Aditya Mahesh. Graduating Audit is graduating with a final GPA of 4.9127. Audit will attend Case Western Reserve University and plans to study either biology or chemistry. Congratulations. The percentage of 2017 graduates who will attend 2 or 4 year institutions or specialized schools is 95.8%. A few of the top colleges that our students plan to attend include Sinclair College, University of Cincinnati, Ohio State University, Wright State University, Miami University, Ohio University, the University of Dayton, Bowling Green State University, and Kent State University. 3.2% plan to join the workforce, while some have chosen to join the military. This past Thursday, This past Thursday, during our senior recognition assembly, 6 of these graduating seniors were honored for making the commitment to serve our country through military service. Please join me in thanking Daniel Fries, Michael Markham, Corey Wayne Minnis, Brian Rouse, Jacob Steiner, and Noah Wise for making this commitment. Now you can tell by this picture, these young men are clearly intense and focused, but a second picture reminds us that they still know how to have a good time. Dr. Henderson, I hope that picture's not too racy for graduation, I'm sorry. In leadership and service, our class officer advisor, Mr. Michael Dalton, once again exhibited his collaborative leadership style through his work with your class officers. His leadership inspired senior leaders to work their hardest to represent all the members of the senior class, and they've done a great job. Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Our senior class advisors, Ms. Kendra Ropp and Mrs. Christina Weaver, provided excellent leadership over the past 4 years. We thank them for their leadership time and service. Michael Deskalakis served as your class president. Joining Michael in leadership were Vice President Sidney Fowler, Business Manager Jay Woo Choi, Secretary Shreya Shaw, and senior cabinet members Lauren Gaither, Michael Markham, and Carla Young. Well done. As has been referenced earlier, this year the class of 2017 led the entire student body in collecting a record-breaking $60,001.27 for Spirit Chain in 1 week. This competition with neighbor and friendly rival Fairmont has raised over $1.9 million for charity. It's amazing, $1.9 million. This year, Centerville High School collected that money, and we sent it to the Ronald McDonald House to create some internal Ronald McDonald houses in the facility there, so we're very proud of that. This year, Matt Ehring was crowned Spirit King, raising a record-breaking $6,000. And Morgan Klein was crowned Spirit Queen, raising over $10,000. Congratulations to both of you. And we ended that evening beating Fairmont, which is always good. But most importantly, the students in our community showed their selflessness and their leadership by raising that money. So congratulations to both our communities on that. In other recognition, the Centerville Education Foundation recognizes one outstanding high school student each year, and your class president, Mr. Michael Deskalakis, was voted by the senior class as the outstanding student, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Michael. Each year, the foundation also inducts one teacher into the Hall of Fame. This year, however, it was a little bit of a difficult decision because our band directors, Mr. Josh Baker and Brandon Barametti, were both nominated. The committee could not separate them because of the work they do being so integral. So congratulations to Josh and Brandon for being inducted into the Hall of Fame as well. And as you came in, you heard the jazz band and the wind symphony, so you know why. One of the many reasons that I'm proud of our school is that the students are encouraged to have a voice and to lead spontaneously. From students pulling together through the Lend a Hand for Unity project, or the improv guys helping relieve the stress of state tests and semester exams through humor, our students step up and lead without being asked. By the way, the improv guys raised $1,026 for charity, and those seniors are actually returning for semester exams this year to perform again, so thank you. Similarly to Step Up, senior Bobby Berner was offered to use his drone to shoot the video and the class picture that we played as families and guests arrived in the arena today. He accepted that challenge even though the coordinating principal only gave him about 8 hours notice. And last but not least, we have to give some serious credit to the herd leaders for their great year of spirit and leadership. Thank you, Sydney Fowler, Sam Lash, and Cooper Jones, for keeping the herd informed, organized, and classy. I'm at the halfway point in my speech. It's a joke. Seniors, I'd like you to think back to the beginning of the year when we had our first meeting and your class officers challenged you with the slogan of Herd Up. It was at that meeting that I also challenged you to follow the quote from our summer read, the book The Other Westmore. The quote paraphrased, "Work hard and make sure it mattered that you were here." You accepted this challenge and you exhibited the outstanding spirit, hard work, and leadership. Every time something got tough and you faced adversity, you responded by pulling together and pushing past obstacles. As a result, you have definitely left your mark on Centerville High School and our community, and we thank you. There are just two other senior reflections that I'd like to include in this speech as you transition to college and careers. The first is from Anna Shawley, whose favorite advice came from her teacher, Mr. Irwin. "It's hard to soar with the eagles when you're surrounded by turkeys." It's true. It reminds me of the best advice that I could share with you. Surround yourself with the best people you can, because people that are better than you make you better. Find a mentor and benefit from their wisdom as you leave here. The second reflection is from Megan Meyer, who, when asked to give advice to underclassmen, shared that she would encourage everyone to be themselves for themselves and not to worry about what others think or say. My wish for you graduates is to be uniquely you. Continue to learn, grow, and lead, and find ways to contribute to whatever community you may land. Seniors, we, your teachers, your coaches, and your advisors, along with your parents and families, will be watching and waiting to hear about your future accomplishments. There is no doubt that your future is bright and that your drive and spirit will spread the legacy of Elk Pride throughout the nation and beyond. On behalf of the district staff, faculty, and high school administrators, Mr. Kogel, Mr. Dement, Mr. Dernball, Mr. Gearhart, Mrs. Henry, Mr. Sutman, and Mr. Wolf, I wish the class of 2017 the best of luck. And for the final time, seniors, I want to tell you how very proud I am of who you are and what you've accomplished this year. Emphasis on the who you are, because it's through that everything else is possible. Mrs. Osterhage, the class of 2017 has left its mark on Centerville High School and the community. They are ready to apply what they have learned and to lead a bright future for all of us. The members of the class of 2017 seated before you have completed all of the graduation requirements for Centerville High School and the state of Ohio. As the principal of Centerville High School, I proudly recommend that you accept these members as candidates for graduation from Centerville High School on this 20th day in May 2017.
I am reminded of a cheer that I've heard at many athletic events as I observe parents and seniors alike stroking themselves with their program. You remember that one? I say, "Ooh, it's hot out here. There must be some elks in the atmosphere." You better appreciate that I've been practicing it for days. To the graduates, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best of luck in your future. It's exciting to see you here today and to hear of all of the accomplishments. And to the parents, congratulations to you as well. This is a big day. On behalf of the Centerville City Schools Board of Education, it is my honor to accept the class of 2017. Thank you, Mr. Carroll.
Elizabeth Fowler, Michael Blue Lee, James Choi, Anna Teresa
Halimas,
Shreya Soika Shaw,
Natalie Marie Spiroff.
Lauren Elaine Gaither.
From the East Unit, introducing Mr. Bear's advisory, Mark Jindy.
Michael Frederick Markham.
Georgia Catherine McFarland.
Carly Elizabeth Young.
Dalton Clay Miller.
Now introducing Mrs. Dawn Adams advisory from the West Unit, Elizabeth Faith Harden.
Rose Cherie Minton.
Alexia Evans Harris.
Katrina Elizabeth Staup.
Matthew James Hayden.
Kelly Marie Staver.
Micaiah Ariana Hayes.
Matthew Joseph Swazo.
Charles J. Hale.
Hassan Subswari.
Durson William Hurd.
Anna Marie Sudeko.
Emma Ziuan Higgins.
Unukrithkathi Thiel.
Zachary Robert Holbrook.
Alexandria Elizabeth Taylor.
Aaron Michael Hosford.
Kayin Asante Lee Tenen.
Nicholas Robert Hurley.
Kay Marie Tompkins.
Ibrahim Khalil Jabber.
Vidushi Tripathi.
Colin Stephen Jacks.
Nicole Elizabeth Turich.
Grace Elizabeth James.
Alexander Quinton Umbright.
Andrew Nicholas Sucato.
Ayubi Wadan.
Now introducing Mr. Brandon Barametti's advisory from the South Unit, Aaron Michelle Brook.
And now introducing Mrs. Beck's advisory from the South Unit, Abigail Elaine McGoffin.
Mandela Alston Brown.
Caitlin Ashley Michael Sarsgaard.
Sydney Len Marie Carpenter.
Naja Marin.
Abigail Lynn Caraher.
Andrea Marie Martin.
Sydney Elise Copper.
Jeffrey Blake Massey.
Blake Robert Carlston.
Erica Lynn Madalonis.
Spencer Alexander Christian.
Heather Lynn McCarty.
Olivia Marie Clement.
Connor Thomas McCulloch.
Natalie Marie Cloud.
Michaela May McGowan.
Katie Marie Collins.
Maxwell Robert McLean.
Kira Dawn Lovings.
Taryn Justin McMillan.
Matthew Jacob Conley.
Jesse Nathan Melville.
Nicholas Brian Conley.
Tyler William Messerly.
Jacob Austin Kramer.
Kyle Jacob Mikesell.
Catherine Nicole Herbert.
Maxwell Douglas Miller.
Now introducing Mr. Greg Bell's advisory from the South Unit, Benjamin Patrick Hughes.
Benjamin Noah Miro.
Jared Aaron Huntley.
Now introducing Mrs. Campbell's advisory from the East Unit, Mitchell Alexander Crosby.
Lila Depthiel Arabi.
Mason Bradley Daniel.
Haneen Ali Jebber.
Malachi Carlos Day.
Seth Frederick Jeffries.
Savannah Nicole DeAnthony.
Ian Neal Jesperson.
Ria Digra.
Christopher Hunter Jones.
Caroline Abigail Dix.
Marcus Aiden Jones.
Zachary Charles Dixon.
Emma Eleanor Kane.
Corey James Dunham.
J. Benedict Karpinski.
Nicole Marianne Durand.
Brendan Forrest Kelly.
Caleb William Eby.
Mason Patrick Kilroy.
Nathan Thomas Idy.
Hansu Kim.
Alyssa Celeste Embry.
Rajiv Danny Kishenchand.
Edisham Farouk.
Dylan Cole Montgomery.
Riley Michael Fessler.
Now introducing Mr. Brian Chaot's advisory from the South Unit, Colin Michael DeBoard.
Alexa Jean Fillingham.
Felicity Maria Gimo.
Taylor Marie Maxwell.
Shelby Alora Joseph.
Darby Ann Willis.
Audrey Marie Mullen.
Introducing Mr. Dalton's advisory from the West Unit, Summer Victoria Lehman.
Michaela Gabrielle Murphy.
Justin Edward Pekorski.
Riley Ann Mishka.
Andrew Dean Polk.
Chetan Shrish Harshan Nambiar.
Thomas Gary Ravlin.
Joseph Michael Navarra.
Allison Marie Reese.
Colin Anthony Neese.
Nathan Michael Rhodes.
Stephen Henry Nearbass.
Isabella Bianca Riley.
Danielle Sue Shea Yun O.
Craig Mitchell Robertson.
Krishna Mukesh Patel.
Julia Claire Romy.
Ava Monet Plants.
Abigail Lauren Root.
Noruddin Saul Pracha.
Brian Christian Rouse.
Sethmini Rajaguru.
Bijou Anastasia Rosakis.
Chloe Christine Ramsey.
Caleb Allen Russell.
Clark Joseph Ramsey.
Andrew John Samborski.
Now introducing Ms. Lisa Ernest's advisory from the South Unit, Brandon Charles Grice.
Madeline Christina Sawyer.
Henry Russell Groff.
Connor Richard Sharp.
Kyle Lee Haas.
Anna Frances Shawley.
Miranda Rose Haas.
Now introducing Mrs. Hassan's advisory from the East Unit, Olivia Grace Lavoie.
Tara Elise Hannaford.
Deshaun Delaquan Watkins.
Emily Francis Harnan.
Juliet Ann Travers.
Nathan Richard Hart.
Austin Michael Steinloggy.
Cassandra Lynn Hastings.
Introducing Mrs. Hill's advisory from the West Unit, Madeline Grace Abian.
Joseph Richard Hecht.
Zedin Martinez Agudo.
Donald Alfred Helfrich.
Javier Antonio Aguilar.
Alicia Beth Henry.
Thomas Elijah Allen.
Jillian Bridget Hodges.
Anita Devi Ambulavanan,
Patrick Jerome Hodgson,
Karen Christina Ankney,
Dean Brock Holland,
Matthew William Arnold,
Declan Daniel Holm,
Tacey Jaden Talon,
Whitley Page Houston,
Kieran Bashir,
Anna Claire Kessler.
Kyle Thomas Bates.
Now introducing Mrs. Kelly Judy's advisory from the South Unit, Jordan Robert Smith,
Dominic James Benincasa,
Emmeline Kathleen Carter,
Robert Matthew Berner II,
Madeline Ansley Shepard,
Alish Elizabeth Bogan,
Maximilian Carl Sigworth,
Annalise Rose Bowman,
Sarah Rochelle Soroki,
Troy Daniel Brewer,
Jack Robert Stafford,
Holly Christina Gabrielson,
Jacob Andrew Steiner,
Ryan John Nikolai,
Allie Nicole Stevenson,
Tyler William Powers,
Nathan Christopher Sullins,
Jake Winfield Smith,
Kelsey Sue Sullivan,
Kyle Jeffrey Tavella,
Tyler Thomas Akers.
Introducing Mrs. Kern's advisory from the West Unit, Caroline Suzanne Federico,
Dalton Michael Suter,
Saleh Samer Hamden,
Ashlyn Ann Tate,
Eric John Miners,
Bailey Madison 30acre,
Michael Sammy Metry,
Karen Verma,
Madison Marie Millhouse.
Now introducing Mr. Brian Lovelace's advisory from the West Unit, Connor Mitchell Clarence Baldwin,
Corey Wayne Minnis,
Andrew Neil Doffel,
Emily Ann Misk,
Carter James Day,
Miriam Amar Mustafa,
Andrew William Delk,
Eric Scott Nangle,
Jasmine Imani Dillard,
Marissa Louise Nemeth,
Ryan Joseph Demisa,
Sandra Ashley O'Donnell,
Eric David Dodds,
Larry Ryan Oliver,
Noah Graham Dutiel,
Brian Paul O'Reilly,
Kelly Nicole Edsel,
Sarah Lynn Parrott,
Noah Janos Evans,
Maya Nicole Perlmutter,
Kelsey Marie Ferguson,
Casey Marie Perry,
Owen Michael Fitz,
Corey Jalen Phillips,
Miles Robert Hester.
Introducing Mrs. Manning's advisory from the Central Unit, Alexandria K. Bollinger,
Michael Paul Purcell,
Emily Madison Bowell,
Tristan Lee Spurley,
Alexa Brooke Chandler,
Amanda Lynn Thompson,
Victoria Grace Clement.
Now introducing Mrs. Kate McDonald's advisory from the South Unit, Zay Dung,
Kayla Marie Diulo,
Darcy Elizabeth Greer,
Mackenzie Celeste Eckley,
Sydney Morgan Richardson,
Ashley Maria Engel,
Colin James Robbins,
Jesse Carol Filan,
Samuel George Rediger,
Caroline Elizabeth Peraza,
Quinlan Herbert Ian Rogers,
Evan James Hale.
Mary Elizabeth Root.
Amber Nicole Henderhand.
Isaac Nathan Rouget.
Hannah Marie Jones.
Catherine Eleanor Roche.
Elizabeth Helen Leach.
Kevin Christian Sandstrom.
Vicky Lee.
Matthew Connor Scarpino.
Elizabeth Margaret Nation.
Clay Michael Shebrel.
Caroline Nicole Piron.
Douglas Jeffrey Schlagheck.
Caitlin Elizabeth Spears.
Sachin Sharesh Shunker.
Taylor Renee Willis.
Ryan Joseph Schaller.
Introducing Mr. Miller's advisory from the East Unit, Noe Elizabeth Camp.
Now introducing Mr. Mark Mitrovich's advisory from the East Unit, Joshua Troy Hoger.
Thomas Gregory Campbell.
Grace Louise Mays.
Parker Justice Cecil.
Joshua Anthony McLean.
Kelly Ann Chandler.
Zuha Amer Nazir.
Benjamin Rourke Chico.
Matthew Robert O'Flaherty.
Jonathan Jeffrey Chesla.
Nolly Park.
Brandon Sean Click.
Dara Baldev Patel.
Corrine Kaylin Click.
Connor Joshua Petrie.
Hayden Douglas Combs.
Claire Elizabeth Pitroff.
Madeline Laura Conley.
Zoe Kirsten Powers Morgan.
Stephanie K. Catrone.
Matthew Allen Paulette.
Grant Clemens Craddock.
Timothy LeBaron Priest II.
Andrew David Crosby.
Anirudh Rangaswamy.
Colin James Cutler.
Margaret Rose Raslich.
Elijah Adam Damron.
Nicholas Scott Riemann.
Abigail Elizabeth Egan.
Caleb Allen Recker.
Samuel Jacob Huber.
Ashley Tiana Reese.
Andrew Doniker Mattingly.
Megan Melissa Riley.
Introducing from the Central Unit, Mrs. Montour's advisory, Zachary Joseph Bittaker.
Now introducing Mrs. Jerry Nyhard's advisory from the East Unit, Nadia Samir Elian.
Jason William Brown.
Zoe Danielle Kosla.
Richard Edwin Harley.
Sarah Danielle Meyer.
Destiny Marie Corley.
Grant Henderson Rimstedt.
Megan Kirsten Gahn.
Carissa Dayanne Janelle Rogers.
Riley Madison Newton.
Austin Brady Rojas.
Anthony Blade Webster.
Connor J. Root.
And now introducing Mrs. Nedmett's advisory from the West Unit, Christina Marie Orlando.
Sophia Renee Rosado.
Michaela Cheyenne Schuler.
Cole Edward Stone Rudder.
Rebecca Marie Seiler.
Mark Daniel Ryan.
Daniel Lee Sherwood.
Taylor Grace Saldana.
Dia Misra Singhvi.
Amy Nicole Schulte.
Alexander Charles Slicer.
Anand Tushar Shaw.
Olivia Marie Snyder.
Brian Gerard Sharkey.
Hayden Patrick Squibb.
Jack Christopher Schaller.
Connor James Starust.
Rashav Mon Shrestha.
Kristen Lee Stein.
Samuel Martin Siegfried.
Eliza Sterling.
Jairus Aaron Smith.
Jacob Evan Stone.
Audrey Elizabeth Snyder.
Patrick Thomas Swaney.
Now introducing Mrs. Sherry Monahan's advisory from the South Unit, Gabrielle Nicole Del Gingaro.
Alejandro Jose Takis.
Laura Elizabeth Drew.
Cole Edward Taylor.
Matthew Richard Ehring.
Jenna Lynn Tracy.
Tyra Leanne Fisher.
Megan Marie Troutman.
Nora Grace Follenkamp.
Now introducing Mr. Petriola's advisory from the West Unit, Kevin Lee.
Lily Pearl Gillespie.
Cameron Emerson Lee.
Bryce Nickerson Harvey.
Daniel Francis Leonard.
Amanda Christine Hayes.
Margot Elizabeth Lim.
Kevin Todd Hazenfield.
Morgan Lee Liptak.
Stephen Patrick Horan.
Spencer Philip Love.
Joshua Allen Kimbrell.
Grant Alexander Lugo.
Riley Jordan Leipel.
Jermia Nichelle Lyle.
Abigail Elizabeth Lokai.
John Taylor Maletic.
Megan Louise Meyer.
Taylor Marie Marshall.
Dylan John Myers.
Melody Ying Marker.
Eli Dean Nagel.
Christopher Frederick Markham.
Maria Ann Pressel.
Seth Thomas McDermott.
Alyssa Nicole Schaefer.
Madison Renee McKelvey.
Megan Marie Ballo.
Weston Garrett McLaren.
Jacob Garrett Wisman.
Leah Mabel Miller.
Benjamin Michael Wilkie.
Daniel Aaron Mosley.
Now introducing Ms. Putoff's advisory from the South Unit, Shahed Yasir Abdelnabi.
Now introducing Mr. Rash's advisory from the South Unit, Rupal Jindal.
Lily Ann Bartlett.
Noah Franklin King.
Imad Hook.
Robin Janae Kraus.
Lillian Lenore Hotstetler.
Alexander Michael Peace.
Jonah Janusz Klum.
Lauren Alexis Robinson Gay.
Gregory Alexander Napke.
Amber Lauren Walker.
Benjamin Charles Convis.
Luke Jacob Walker.
Sarah Elizabeth Crack.
Amber Marie Wallace.
Natalie Grace Marie Kramer.
Haley Nicole Darlene Weiss.
Benjamin Harvey Curick.
Amy Jachien Wen.
Samuel Hogan Lash.
Serena Claire Wensler.
Emma Elizabeth Lickert.
Blythe Rose Wesney.
Abigail May Lohr.
Zachary Ryan Whitaker.
Charles Joseph Lynch.
Robert Douglas Wickline.
Now introducing Mrs. Raplogel's advisory from the South Unit, Abigail K. Crutchleo.
Robert Joseph Wilkins.
Aaron Marjorie Dom.
Gabrielle Jennifer Wilson.
Emma Lois Darling.
Gregory Philip Walters.
Jessica Ann Deaton.
Gwen Vera Lee Wooder.
Lanon Alexandria Doan.
Madeline Irene Zart.
Cecily May Dowd.
Now introducing Miss Riffles Advisory from the South Unit. Ethan James Fight.
Evan Christopher Duffy.
Cameron Jane Flanders.
Gabriel Philip Edmondson.
John Wesley Foreman.
Zion Paul Favors.
Grace Patricia Foray.
Jody Barbara Filan.
James Jefferson Frazier.
Alex James Furston.
Daniel James Fries.
Cameron Charles Fisher.
Michael James Freed.
Ashley Marie Long.
Nathaniel Patrick Fullington.
Mahedi Adel Mustafa.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Fumia.
Jacob Michael Weaver.
Alec James Gatto.
Kaylee Lorraine Wunderlich.
Michaela Marie Gibbs.
Mallory Eileen Elson.
Pravir Singh Gill.
Alexander Lee Horton.
Nicholas Austin Gillespie.
Adam Levi Yount.
Taylor Nicole Getz.
Now introducing Mrs. Sanders' advisory from the East Unit, Samantha Jade Mallory.
Surya Galapaludi.
Connor Lee Lewis Myers.
Casey Elizabeth Graff.
McKenna K. Myers.
Evan Gregory Gramke.
Tyson Alexander Walker.
Brooke Taylor Greenlee.
Roshni Wani.
Joseph Allen Greenwell.
Thomas Christopher Wygan.
Garrett Michael Grills.
Jacqueline Grace Ware.
Now introducing Ms. Schmidt's advisory from the East Unit, Daniel Wayne Adams.
Troy Allen Winning.
Aman Ahmed.
Sarah Frances White.
Abigail Ellen Almanroad.
Alyssa Renee Wiedemann.
Ashley Amiri.
Elora Francis Wilkins.
Brendan Kilborn App.
Valerie Marie Wiseman.
Kylie Nicole Artis.
Judson Timothy Young.
Egeman Atak.
Brianna Lachey Zachary.
Madison Renee Balzinger.
Jerry Zhu.
Connor Thomas Barnhart.
Now introducing Mrs. Summers' advisory, Morgan Marie Klein.
Sam Charles Bartell.
Caitlin Grace Elkins.
Jared Michael Beach.
Benjamin Marshall Kajawa.
Brianna Lynn Bell.
Megan Elizabeth Kajawa.
Alexandra Michelle Balecki.
Thomas Ellis Lamont III.
Trent David Birch.
Nicholas Andrew Lanise.
Emma Nicole Boaboy.
Jacob Thomas Lawrence.
Alexis Robin Daly.
Madeline Nicole Leedy.
Lucas Jeffrey Reinhardt Bradle.
Alyssa Starr Lees.
Gabrielle Rose Burkett.
Deborah Leanne Liberman.
Jenna Marie Campbell.
Annabelle McCreary Lyle.
Now introducing Mr. Taylor's advisory from the East Unit, Arch Tong Akara Borwarn.
Dylan Jake Lacra.
Grace May Geisey.
Spencer Antonio Lau.
David Ryan Hancock.
Kirsten Renee McIntosh.
Austin Bruce Haynes.
Andrew Donald Marcy.
Alyssa Brooke Hardiman.
Dylan Amber Mason.
Victoria Elizabeth Harrison.
Isaac Joseph Rangnaga.
Adam Daniel Hart.
Keegan Patrick Sabin.
Naima Hassan.
Now introducing Mrs. Valley's advisory, Adriana Bostwick.
Audrey McKenna Lee Peacock.
Olivia Peyton Finner.
Jacob Christopher Hecht.
Madeline Lois Flaherty.
Thomas Hecker.
Jacqueline Marie Fox.
Bradley Robert Himmelberg.
Thomas McKinley Fulton.
Matthew Joseph Hippenmeyer.
Jordan Allen Gerber.
Carissa May Hodge.
Nabil Muhammad Gauss.
Joseph Anthony Holligan.
Antonio Robert Gilambardo.
Patrick Robert Horst.
Brianna Elizabeth Gillespie.
Tyler Christopher Hauk.
Adriana Maria Gil Reyes.
Ariana Lily Marie Hauk.
Candace Loretta Gluckert.
Parker Kennedy Huntington.
Christopher John Golden.
Now introducing Miss Weaver's advisory from the East Unit. Timothy Sean Inzatari.
Eric Javier Gonzalez.
Erin Nicole Jackson.
Emily Marie Good.
Craig James Jason.
Spencer Davis Gillette.
Esmod Catherine Jason.
Megha Sonal Gupta.
Christopher Yehyun Kang.
Ethan Miles Hall.
Corey Nicholas Kappas.
Now introducing Mrs. West advisory from the East Unit, Emmeline Jenica Farley.
Ethan Joseph Kaspovich.
Kennedy Maureen Fitzgerald.
Ian Andrew Keith.
Bradley David Ford.
Erica May Kerr.
Bryant Patrick Franzese Taylor.
Jessica Maria Kimbrell.
John Robert Gabrielle.
Joshua Michael Kirby.
Valerie Ann Gawkey.
Grace Eileen Klepaz.
Jacob David Gibbs.
Chloe Christine Konecki.
Kara Mariah Nah.
Alyssa Diane Cozy.
Megan Ashley Gollum.
Priya Modgill.
John Albert Gossett.
Bilal Abdul Wahed Ramadan.
Zane Andrew Goodhanger.
Adam Jonathan Velasco.
Aiden Xavier Grabman.
Now introducing Miss Willett's advisory from the West Unit, Cassidy K. Badner.
Andrew Nicholas Greer.
Julia Ann Breitenstein.
Travis Michael Greil.
Brendan Arthur Butendorf.
John William Mead.
Caleb Allen Burrell.
Grace Ellen Menninger.
Nathaniel Vincent Cameron.
Elena Jane Mader.
Peyton Elizabeth Carr.
Najat F. Abiba.
Elizabeth Ashley Carasoni.
Krithi Agarwal.
Jared Whiteman Chase.
Max Pasquale Amarante.
Alexander Sergey Childress.
Claire Elise Anderson.
Wafiq Ahmed Chaudhry.
Benjamin Patrick Earhart.
Riley Jeanette Cristalier.
Brene Catherine Asaro.
Samuel Alexander Cobb.
Jacob Matthew Baird.
Elizabeth Grace Combs.
Cameron Scott Barber.
Maxwell James Conley.
Jessica Lynn Barton.
Alyssa Jacqueline Cavillo.
James Douglas Basner.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Cummings.
Zachary Daniel Beltran.
Shayna Colleen Dawson.
Andrew Glenn Benbow.
Adrian Bria Frachera.
Timothy Jean Bentley.
Now introducing Mr. Wintrow's advisory from the West Unit, Hamza Omar Alwali.
Danielle Renee Bittenbender.
Olivia Ann Branson.
Colton Patrick Bowling.
Noah Charles Vance.
Sean Ian Yingling.
Jonathan David Vickrell.
Now introducing Mr. Euchre's advisory from the West Unit, Emily Lynn Cardis.
Madeline Suzanne Wagner.
Jonathan Douglas Foster.
Caitlin Elizabeth Walsh.
Sung Jeon.
Kyle Tunis Wenk.
Cooper Gregory Jones.
Cade Michael Westendorf.
Adam Brooks Julian.
Haley Mackenzie Wheeler.
Catherine Elizabeth Kaminsky.
Taylor Alexis White.
Paige Elaine Kelly.
Samuel Christian Wiedemann.
Levi Alakim.
Maria Jacqueline Williams.
Mary Kim.
Audrey Catherine Wire.
Marianne Christine Kingray.
Noah Leonard Wise.
Dean Joseph Kissel.
Luke Michael Weich.
Michael James Knauer.
Ching Yuen.
Jonathan Clifford Connect.
Kathleen Carol Zeller.
Matthew Robert Knox. Thomas Chance Kugler. Kaylee Marie Kreutzer. Caden Zane Krenzel. Mason Ethan Core. Sean Christian Lambden.
We can join them in if you want. Ready?
Hello, class of 2017. I'm here to tell you guys what your class gift is finally, after I didn't tell you yesterday. So we have a series of murals going up in the school. We're going to have 3 that not only represent us as a school, but us as a class. And Michael will go deeper into that.
All right, guys, these murals are going to represent the various passions and interests that are represented in our school. We've got the arts, we've got music, we got sports, academia, all while adding color to our school and promoting our Elk pride. It's been a good run, everybody.
Congratulations, class of 2017. We did it. Now let's make it official. Will all the graduates please stand? Now turn your tassel from the right to the left. Woo.
Yeah, Sid, you're a singer.
Sydney, you're in front.
Page 2 of the program, page 2.
Yeah.
All right. Should I say that?
Yeah.
Page 2 of the program, everybody.
thought about it before. I would have put about 500 people. Next time.
When they film it, they why do you let one
Another great year.
John, great job.
Good job. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.